NFL wild card preview. Everyone, welcome back. We are going to hop right into these games. What are we going to be doing today? Well, we're just going to look at the beautiful landscape that is this NFL wild card weekend. We're going to go through each individual game and give you my best bet and also prediction for the game if I go with the total on who's going to win. So stay tuned and stay until the end for what's going to be the magical parlay. All right, people, let's get into it. Starting off, we're going to go chronological order. This is going to be Saturday, 4:30 Eastern. Probably, though, a 4:33 Eastern kickoff because that's how these teams play. Wildcard Saturday, Bank of America Stadium. Carolina Panthers have secured the 4th seed. And let's not forget, this Rams-Panthers matchup already happened. And this Rams team lost. 10-point favorites lost outright home. This team plays different at home as the Panthers. So the question here, was that a fluke or not? Kind of like when, McDonald's came out with the fish fillet and they probably had these incredible sales and all the executives in the boardroom being like, was this a fluke or was this not a fluke? That's what this Rams team has to decide. Right now, we're seeing double-digit favorites again for the Rams, minus 10.5. 56% of the tickets and 61% of the money. Total in this game, 46.5, 33% of the tickets, 46% of the money. So going at the Los Angeles Rams, we'll cover the visitors first. Stafford, he's probably the front runner for MVP now. Sure, Drake May, he was battling it out, but I think just how old he is and just how decorated he is in his career, they got to give him an MVP. And all these touchdowns to Devontae Adams is insane because you having the Puka and Devontae is an incredible combo that you're just going to have to somehow guard on the 1-yard line. And let's not forget, they can just run up the middle with Kyron Williams. So those are some unstoppable weapons, and they've been able to get pressure on these defenses without running all-out blitz. Kobe Turner, Fist, top 5 in pressure rate at 38%. So front line, doing good. Offense, great. Secondary, if we're looking at the Carolina Panthers, though, Kings of the South. They are 8-9, and they somehow made it in the playoffs with a losing record, which personally I always find hysterical. And truthfully, I do believe this Panthers team earned it more than the Buccaneers, Falcons, or the Saints. Maybe not the Saints in the past couple of weeks. But under Dave Canales, they've been able to rush the ball. Top 10 rushing attack. We saw Rico Dowd really emerge this year. And also, he just came out with a TikTok that was just a hype video. I got hyped up, and I'm not playing in the game, but I immediately went to go bet his over on rushing yards. I'm like, you know what? It's probably not going to happen. They're probably going to get down in this game. They're probably going to throw the ball. So I didn't. But the hype video worked, so I am pumped for that. They have great protection on the interior, though. So Bryce Young did not feel the typical pressure he does. Robert Hunt, Damian Lewis, those investments are now starting to pay off. Top 10 pass blocking rate. And that's really been a great trigger for Bryce Young as well. This key aspect, it's going to come down to a possession battle here. Now, in their Week 13 meeting, the Panthers carried the ball and held it for 35 minutes. So that's a plus 10-minute margin. This Panthers team controlled it. When you control the score, when you control the clock, you can likely control the outcome of the game. And they ran the ball. Ran the ball 10 times? No. 20 times? No. 30 times? No. 40 times this team ran the ball, which is just insane. Their defensive undertrend is something to look out for here. So outdoor wildcard games, you'll hear this stat get thrown around a lot, as well as just straight up underdog stats in them, featuring a high total of 41.5 or more, have a strong tendency to go under in the 60s and the low 60s. I don't know why. I don't have the exact number in front of me, but that's something I want to know because the Panthers' only path is a slow, grinded out victory, control the ball. Matthew Stafford, keep him on the sideline. We don't want Devontae Adams. Now, Devontae Adams coming back from an injury. How is he going to play? Personally, I don't know. I think they're going to try to limit him. I think they're going to try to get big and then just shut down this Panthers team. Carolina, sure, they were able to run it last time. Can history repeat itself? And also, Carolina, they tend to hit to the under, so I don't expect this to be a firepower game. I believe the NFL knows this. It's a big spread, but typically with big spreads, low totals, I like to go with the big underdog. This isn't a low total. I'll take the under 46.5. We have the Bears taking on the Packers. Well, it's a reversal. No one probably would have saw this at the beginning of the season, but we have the Packers as the 7th seed taking on the Bears. This is going to be your night game Saturday night. Insane rivalry, and it's just flat out funny how many times these teams have played each other within this past month. Both extremely injured, and now they're playing the playoffs together. It's kind of like seeing a great matchup like this really reminds me of like the two really good kids at tetherball that would just sit out there all recess, and then like sure a kid or two would cycle in, but they would just battle at it. These are battles we're going to be having. Right now, the Bears are at home, 1.5-point home dogs, which is pretty interesting. 68% of the tickets, 61% of the bets backing them. Totals 45.5. 42% of the tickets, 45% of the money on the under. So Green Bay Packers, they had an okay start, fantastic middle, horrible end. It was a true Parsons what if, because they're 9-3-1 before he got injured, and that was also a significant hint to this Packers' ability to pass rush, season-ending ACL tear. Now, they can still air the ball out. It feels like they have a lot of healthy receivers, but Jordan Love also wasn't healthy, but they pretty much decided, okay, we're probably going to make the playoffs. We're just going to let him sit on the sideline. Even during their 4-game losing streak, they are third in passing EPA. Now, LaFleur, he's great on those money downs, aka third down, 48.8% conversion rate, which is insane. Coaching, he's great in December. It's January now. Let's keep note of that. Ben Johnson, absolute revolution. I mean, we saw him with his shirt off, and it was magnificent. I mean, the guy codes, the guys can squat 400, it's insane. And in one season, he took this Bears offense, bottom 5 unit, top 10 unit, and claimed their first NFC North title since 2018. And they've been incredible at the turnover at plus 22 differential. If this team needs to win, they need to turn the ball over. Because if they don't, multiple times, as Big Cat says, pardon my take, shout out them. As Big Cat says, needs to turn the ball over multiple times. They start off the game with the Niners with a pick 6 right to the house, and they still lost that game. That's how bad their defense is. Caleb, he needs to step it up. I mean, he's been playing fantastic, but he just needs to keep it going in this postseason. He has a great offensive line, and he slashed his sacks allowed per game from 4 to 1.5. So an incredible sophomore campaign he is putting together, and this matchup, it's so close. I mean, it is so close. We saw this with the line, with the Bears are a slight favorite, but they also went to the Packers, and it never got to any 2 on either side. And right now, the total yardage differential is 6 yards. So that's closer, 6 yards in an NFL game, in 2 meetings. That's closer than the 2 mean girls who, whenever you take a fashion risk, maybe wearing a t-shirt and an undershirt, and they don't really match, but whatever, you saw Lil Wayne do it on a music video, and you walk past them in class, and they start whispering each other to very close, and you can tell they are making fun of you. You can't confirm it, but you can tell, and it kind of hurts when you walk by. That type of close. And there is a veteran rookie trend here. Right now, rookie quarterbacks are 2-7 straight up in the playoffs since 2010. Furthermore, rookie quarterbacks have a 5-17 record all time in road/neutral playoff games. So Caleb, yes, he has the benefit of being at home, but 2-7 straight up does scare me. Although I do love Ben Johnson, but we have a great coach on the other side with LaFleur as well. So history has been unkind to these rookie quarterbacks. And now Chicago, they have the better record, but Jordan Love has playoff experience here. Remember when they were playing Dallas last year? They were an underdog and they destroyed Dallas? I do. And they ran a great, deep NFL EPA. So they know how to play with pressure here. The big question is, are they going to be able to effectively run the ball? Josh Jacobs a little banged up, sat out. I think he got a little bit healthier, which I love. I love Green Bay Packers. I understand they might be -1.5. By the time they get to kickoff, it'll be definitely even. The public is going to come in hard on this Bears team. Kind of like my initial read. After diving deeper, though, give me the Green Bay Packers money. Bills-Jaguars is going to be the start of your Sunday night football. Well, start of your Sunday football. It's the 1 p.m. Eastern kickoff, but that's fine. It's the last kind of like full Sunday. Not really, but also, yes. It's going to be the most fun game. The pool's going to be rocking in Jacksonville. What? Yes, this is the 3 seed taking on the 6 seed. So the Bills, they're not playing in the cold weather. They don't get that advantage. They're going to have to go down Jacksonville and play. Right now, the Jags are 1-point home underdogs, although we did see some movement from like 1.5 to 1. 61% of the tickets, 56% of the money backing them. Totals at 52 with 60% of the tickets, 43% of money on the over. Buffalo Bills, they've been able to rush the ball. They don't really have anyone to throw it to, but they've been able to rush the ball, being the NFL's #1 rushing attack, 59.6 yards of rushing per game. James Cook's been incredible, and Josh Allen, we have to find out about his health. That's the big question mark on this game is how healthy is his leg? Because we saw him not really scramble against the Eagles. Also, it's a cold weather game. They didn't really need to win it. But it would help them, but they didn't really need to win that game. So that leaves us with a lot of question marks, but he can run it, and trust me, in this playoffs, he's going to. They score, fourth scoring offense, 28.3 points per game. And he's just been efficient. I mean, he's been a touchdown machine, top 10 passing touchdowns while adding 14 rushing touchdowns to really stabilize the offense. I mean, the guy's more efficient than crisp bag chip. Not a chip in a bag. I'm going to say a crisp bag clip to go on the top of it. Jacksonville Jaguars, though, they've been efficient. Offensive-minded head coaches win you games in the NFL. So the Jaguars, they brought in Liam Cohen this year, look totally different. They won the AFC South, 13-4 record. I had a future on them. Their win total heading into the season was 7.5. I won it so long ago, I forgot about it. They won an 8-game winning streak, which honestly isn't that great heading into the playoffs. Why? You haven't tasted defeat a little bit. Trevor Lawrence, long flowing hair, new tier. He has been playing efficient, what everyone projected he could be coming out of Clemson. And he's also been using his legs a little bit. Kind of like Diary of a Wimpy Kid whenever you have the cheese touch and you want to run out of there. That's been Trevor Lawrence to the end zone. Their defensive identity, they are a fantastic rushing defense, which is going to be very interesting when they match up against this Bills rush attack. No runner has had more than 75 rushing yards on them all season. And now, there's a lot of history here. 2019, the Bills, one of the most prolific scoring offenses since they've been in the playoffs in that time. 8-4-1 to the over in the postseason. On the other side, we've seen this Jacksonville put up, let's say, 41 points against Tennessee last week. We also see Buffalo's offense put up a ton of points as well, being a top 5 scoring unit within the NFL, number 1 in rushing. So, yeah, sure, there's some clash there. But in the end of the day, Buffalo's defense also stinks. So they're going to be able to run the ball and score the ball in Buffalo. There is a general trend towards the outdoor unders. And we are going to be playing that. We played that, I didn't tell you guys this, but we played that within the first game, which I did say. And then in the Packers-Bears game, I'm also probably going to play the outdoor under as well. But, this is the league's number 1 rush attack in Buffalo. In Jacksonville, they average nearly 30 points per game in that 8-game win streak. Josh Allen, he has so much playoff history defined by high totals. Trevor Lawrence, playing on an elite level. Jacksonville's third down efficiency. I mean, there are so many reasons why you should maybe take the under, but I don't care. I'm taking the over. Give me over 52 here. I'll play it up to 53.5. 49ers Eagles, it is a massive heavyweight. That was my speech impediment, but that's how excited I am about the game. No, hold on now. Let me get the Eagles hat on for this one because it's going to be playing at the link. We play a little bit differently when we play at the link. That's what I'm going to say. Eagles right now, they line open at -3. They're up to -4.5. Only 23% of the tickets and 21% of the bets on them. What does that tell you? Little fruit ninja right there. They're sharps. They're sharps coming at them. 23% of tickets, 21% of the money. Don't forget that. Total right now is set at 44.5. 39% of the tickets, 42% of the under. And this public is smashing the Niners. And we're seeing some reverse line movement. It's probably because of that Bears game still in their head, right? Sure, they kind of pooped the bed against the Seahawks. Let's not forget that. The only 3 points scored. But when healthy, this talent is undeniable. Christian McCaffrey, George Kittle, Jaron Jennings, Ricky Pearsall. Now, Ricky and Trent Williams didn't play. Trent Williams is going to be a major factor. If he's healthy, if he's fully healthy and ready to go, this Niners team definitely stands a great chance. However, when you look at the other side of the ball, they don't have a great pass rush. I mean, he's basically non-existent. They lost Bosa very early on in the year. Not that this really matters to the pass rush, but I mean, Fred Warner. So they're missing a lot of guys up front, which has not been kind to them. Philadelphia Eagles, Vic Fangio, they have an insane defensive line. I mean, we've seen Jalen Carter and Jordan Davis hopping on that Peloton. Kind of like he's like Mario in Super Mario 3 whenever you get on a bike. I don't even know if I'm making that up or if that's a different game, and my childhood's just kind of splitting in memories right there. But he's like on a bike and he's rolling. Lost that weight. Now he's able just to stuff the guys at the line. Kind of like how I like to stuff snacks in my bag. That was a low-hanging fruit joke, but I'll go ahead and I'll take that. So, we have Vic Fangio, defensive masterclass. I mean, he's getting better every single game. Kevin Petula, on the other hand, this is the only reason why the Eagles, why I'm not like, oh my God, they're going to win the Super Bowl, is because he sucks at offensive play calling. So they are listening to the people. They're getting Jalen Hurts under center more, and they're improving. So I do believe for some unknown reason that Kevin Petula is going to be able to put this together in the playoffs, especially given Jalen Hurts' playoff pedigree, 5-0 undefeated at home in his playoff career. And now this is going to come down to the trenches. The Eagles' offensive line has not been great this season. Historic last season. This season, not great. But they are getting Lane Johnson back and improving this defensive scheme. With his 49ers defense, I don't see any way they're going to be able to stop this either rush attack, which has been virtually non-existent for the Eagles, or pass attack, because if you're giving Hurts a lot of time and you're giving holes for Saquon Barkley, they're going to attack them both. Sure, Kevin Fields is going to be running it up the middle on a 3rd and 12 no matter what, but we just have to get used to that. And maybe this offensive line can actually do something against this 49ers team. Philadelphia, its defense, Vic Fangio, they have a very similar defense to the Seattle Seahawks defense. I mean, a lot of people are giving the Seahawks more props, the Texans more props. No one's really talking about the Eagles. But when Jalen Carter's in there, no one does anything. So for my pick is essentially boiled down to, I don't think this 49ers offense is going to be able to do much. And if they can, okay. They're so mismatched on the Eagles offense and the 49ers defense. I'll take the Eagles to win by 5 or more, so I'll take them at the -4.5. I've seen some books touch 5. That's fine with me. Chargers versus the Patriots, AFC, Gillette Stadium. Welcome back to the playoffs. So, massive culture shifts in both these organizations in the past 2 years. You have Vrabel taking it on with the Patriots, and you have Harbaugh with the Chargers. So, also in my head, quarterback matchup, we have to also look into it. All aspects of it. We have Bakemas with Drake May and his wife. Okay, we have that. But then we also have Justin Herbert and Madison Beer. So truthfully, when I put those two through the model, Bakemas and Miss May, and then you have Madison Beer, they come out equally. So do it that way you can. We can't give the hot quarterback, girlfriend, wife, fiance to edge to any one of these. So we're going to have to look at the actual game itself. Right now, we have the Patriots at -3.5, 63% of the bets and 64% of the money back them. We also have the total at 46.5. This is one that I'm just going to flat out say I'm going to go ahead and bet the under in this one, probably no matter what it's going to be. If it's an outdoor game, I'm betting the under besides Jacksonville. And the Bills, a lot of that has to do with also the fact that it's hot weather down there. Los Angeles Chargers, Harbaugh, he has his team moving. They literally have like no players, and they have this team moving. They have a relentless defense and an incredible defensive pass rush, and they're just going to eliminate big plays, keep it to you, settle for 3, or give you a turnover. And they've been insane as road underdogs this year. A lot of people have discounted them and lost big on them, including myself. So that's one thing I do want to note. The Chargers, they also don't have an offensive line. I mean, Justin Herbert's been banged up, and he's making these incredible plays. Kudos to him. It's like something out of nothing. Kind of like the first time I ever played chalk. No one believed in me in hopscotch. And guess what? I got all the way to the 10. I was very good at tossing some rock. So, and I'm not bragging. I'm not trying to brag there, but I was really good at it. I remember playing in Princeton one time, and I won. So, again, I'm not saying that to make you feel bad, but I'm just letting you know that I did very well and you didn't. Not that I played you specifically, but I probably could have beat you back then. Just saying. So, the Vrabel era begins. And oh my God, Drake May and him. Number 2 scoring offense, 28.8 points per game. And there's even talks of him being the MVP with a league-leading completion percentage of 72%. I believe already breaking one of Brady's stats. Now, is he a little bit salty because he said that Stafford should have won the MVP? Perhaps. Honestly, perhaps. And now, they look like the scariest team. But also, when you dive into it, it's also who cares, because who have they played? The answer is no one. I mean, they played a bunch of me's out there. Now, we're not talking hopscotch, because if I played them at hopscotch, I would probably win because I like to toss a little bit rock. Let's not forget about the Princeton days. But back in the day, I didn't play football. So that's how bad I am. That's basically who they were playing. The rookie trend is going to go against Drake May in this one. And we have a playoff veteran, Justin Herbert. He's been able to do it against the Texans last year, when the Texans probably should have won. So let's not forget that. And despite New England's incredible offense, their incredible play con, I still like the Chargers here. I like them to find some way, but here's the key. It has to be 3.5. 3.5 is a key number here, so give me the Chargers at plus 3.5. I believe this game could end in a field goal. Steelers, Texans, Monday Night Football. We're going to wrap up our wild card weekend with this one. Steelers taking on the Texans. Right now, the Steelers are at plus 3.5. Totals at 41.5. 52% of tickets and 62% of the money back in the Steelers. Tomlin, let's say, historically elite as a home underdog, going 23-9-3 ATS, 70% in this spot since 2007. However, on the other hand of Mike Tomlin, he sucks in the playoffs. Look, let's start with the Texans, though. Fantastic defense. It's what's got them here. They allowed just 17.1 points per game in the second half of the season. This defensive line of Hunter and Will Anderson Jr. has been insane, combining for 28.5 sacks, and they've been the hottest team. They won 9 straight games. Sure, Jacksonville won 8, This team's won 9 straight games and just absolutely destroyed the Colts. Even when they weren't supposed to, they had a last-second turnover. The guy could have went down, won by 2 points. No, he put that in the end zone to win by 8. Now, the Steelers playoffs, they've been horrible. They have not won a game since 2016-2017 season. They are 0-6 straight up in ATS in the playoffs. And now, Pittsburgh, they swept the Ravens to secure the division. And it kind of felt like they left it all out there. All the luck, everything. Now, some people saying voodoo, shout out Simon Hunter, went their way. But Aaron Rodgers, he has a pretty good system going on with Arthur Smith. Is Aaron Rodgers calling a lot of plays? Perhaps when he's just like banging on his head, though, to get Arthur Smith to get the calls in. I don't think he is. But he's been playing fantastic. 24 touchdowns, 7 interceptions, true bully ball. And now this defense is starting to come alive for Pittsburgh. So, TJ Watt, Defensive Player of the Year, could be finalist, whatever. Had to sit out a couple games at the end, though. He had a fantastic strip sack at the end of the game. And now the key aspect is the home dog experience gap. So CJ Stroud, he did struggle in the playoffs. Struggle in the playoffs, but it's just what it is. And the offensive line ranks 21. So we're going to see his defensive line Steelers really get after it. We're going to see the same thing, offensive line for the Steelers against this tough defensive line for the Texans. So here's the thing, though. The Steelers, they have the voodoo on their side. It's going to be sub-freezing weather. The boys, they're coming from Texas, so it's not going to be bad. The boys are going to be ready to play in this kind of freezing weather. And the Steelers are built to win this game. Like 2017, that's what I'm probably going to project the type of final. It just hope Chris Boswell can kick one in. We didn't see him kick one in this previous game, but honestly, that probably was some psychology there. So maybe Chris Boswell missed the extra point on purpose. I'm just going to go ahead and say, hey, you're given 3.5. Everyone's piling on this Texans team. There's going to be some weird voodoo here. The question is, who's going to outmatch one another? Is Tomlin going to be able to do Tomlin things where he loses? Or is Aaron Rodgers going to be able to get in there with DK Metcalf, who we didn't even bring up, is now back and actually win the game? So in my head, they're going to win it. I don't know. I can see the Texans winning here, but I do truly believe this game's going to be defensive battle. So if you're going to give me the hook, I'll go ahead, take the Texans here. Okay, people, that is the wrap up that we have. Hope you guys enjoyed this. I can go ahead, do an entire playoff bracket game. Don't forget to take this time to like and subscribe as well.